Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel here with Earl the Money Coach. And today I'm diving into something that's crucial for anyone saving for retirement, and that's the fees, specifically ones associated with 401k. But before we get started, I want to emphasize one thing that's really important. What I'm covering today are just the fees, okay? Not the taxes, not the penalties that could come into play when you withdraw your own money down the line. Also, while the 401k is a common retirement tool, understand there are other options that can allow your money to grow tax free. I'm going to break those down later, so stick around. But before we dive in, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to the channel for more valuable insights. And also, check all the links in the description for amazing offers. Get $100 to help with your credit, instant approval on life insurance for business owners. Find out how you could secure $100,000 from investors to catapult your business, as well as other things. But let's get started. All right. Here's the thing with 401k plans. Yes, they are great because they offer tax deferred growth on your retirement savings. But understand they also come with fees that can eat into those retirement savings. And here's the kicker, you might not even realize you're paying for them. So today I'm breaking these fees down into five main categories. And trust me, understanding these can make a huge difference to your retirement outcome. So, first up, we have administrative fees. Plain and simple, these are the cost of running the plan itself. Now, most people don't think about what's going on behind the scenes for their 401k, but understand these plans don't run themselves. So, you have a plan administration fee for record keeping, the customer service, legal and accounting services, things of that nature. The people managing your account, handling your calls, and ensuring that your 401k is compliant with regulations and that they're getting paid out. Those costs could be passed on to you. Some people don't know that. Then you have compliance and reporting. This covers the cost of regulatory filings, making sure the plan follows all the rules set by the government. And then you have your custodial fees. These fees go to the company responsible for holding and safeguarding your investments. Now, some employers, they are generous and they cover these fees, but others, they may pass those fees on to you, which begs the question, do you know if you're paying those fees or if your company's paying those fees? And if so, how much? You may want to ask your HR department about that. Now, next up are your number two investment fees. These could be a little tricky because they're often hidden within the funds you're investing in your 401k. Here's what you need to watch out for, all right? Your expense ratios. Probably the biggest one is the percentage of your assets that go towards managing the funds. For example, if you're invested in a mutual fund with a 1% expense ratio, that means 1% of your total investment goes towards those fees every year, whether your investment goes up or if it goes down. Now, you might think 1% doesn't sound like much, but over the decades, that could add up to thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. Now, are you aware the expense ratio fees in your 401k? Probably not. Then you have your management fee. If your 401k offers managed accounts, they're likely an extra charge for professional management. Sometimes this fee is layered on top of the expense ratios of the funds you're investing in. Then you have your 12B1 fees. This one's a little more hidden. It's a marketing fee built into certain mutual funds. You're paying for the fund's advertising, but it's not always disclosed clearly. Now, when was the last time you checked if your fund's fees had disclosures? All right. Have you compared the high cost funds with lower cost alternatives like some index funds? And don't forget, these are just the fees I'm talking about. When you start withdrawing this money, you'll also need to consider taxes and potential penalties. But did you know there are other options out there where your money can grow tax free? Now, we're going to touch on that a little bit later. So let's move on to the third thing. This is huge. It's the advisory and consulting fees, right? These can apply if your 401k offers any kind of a personalized financial advice. Many plans they now give access to a financial advisors or even automated investment tools. Now, here's how the cost breaks down. You can have a financial advisor fee. Some plans give you access to a live advisor who can help you pick investments in your plan for retirement and give you personal guidance. But of course, that isn't a free service. It might be a flat fee or a percentage of your total assets. Then you have your consultant fees. Employers sometimes they'll offer outside help from consultants to design or monitor the performance of your 401k plan. You might be covering part of those with costs that you're not even sure of. Now, financial advice could be valuable, especially if you're uninsured about your investment strategy. But are you paying for a service that you actually use, or could you be getting similar advice for free, for less, somewhere else? Did you know that there are retirement accounts? You got like your Roth IRA, where your money grows tax free, where you don't have to worry about having to have so much people going into those dipping into pretty much how much everything is. But now let's talk about number four, and that's the huge one. It's the individual transaction fees. These fees you get hit with when you take specific actions within your 401k. For example, take out a loan, right? If you borrow money from your 401k, you'll typically pay an organization fee to set up the loan and possibly a maintenance fee each year until the loan is repaid. Then you have your withdrawal fees. Some plans they may charge a fee when you take a distribution, particularly for hardship withdrawals. A lot of people forget that. Then you have transfer or rollover fees. Thinking of rolling over your 401k into an IRA or another plan, there might be a fee for that too. Right? If you're considering either a loan or withdrawal from your 401k, all right, think about those fees that are actually involved. And even more important, are you aware of that? Okay, withdrawals, they could trigger taxes, they could trigger penalties, especially if you're under 59 and a half. All right, and don't forget, there are also different ways where you can see your index accounts, your annuities, different kind of plans that can help you avoid some of these fees and a hefty tax when it comes to withdrawing your account. Now, finally, number five, miscellaneous fees. There aren't, no, they really don't say too much. They're not front and center, but they could still impact your retirement. All right, you could have your account maintenance fees. Some 401k plan, they'll charge a flat fee pretty much just for maintaining your account, especially if you no longer work for that company, but you still have money in their plan. Now, here's my favorite, a paper statement fee. If you prefer paper statements over like the digital, some plans will actually charge you for that convenience. And these are the kind of fees that most people are not aware of and not okay paying. While we're on the topic pretty much of alternatives, what if you could figure out how you can minimize all that stuff so it's not really affecting you as bad when you have your growth? Because if your account grows 5 to 6% every year, but you're losing 1 to 2% in fees alone, how much is that really affecting your retirement? Okay, so here's the bottom line. Over time, these fees could add up to huge chunks of your retirement savings. Okay, let me give you an example. Say you have 100,000 in your 401k and you're paying a 1% annual fee. That's $1,000 every single year going to your fees. But here's the kicker: that $1,000 could have been working for you. It could have been compounding over time somewhere else. What could that cost you in the long run? Maybe tens and thousands of dollars, even more. Okay, and again, I'm only talking about the fees here, only the fees. When you think about what Tony Robbins and some of them said, that 1/3 of most 401ks are lost just due to fees. When you could have money growing in your tax-free different areas, money you contributed after tax, but so it could grow tax-free. Your insurances, your municipal bonds, a lot of things like that. So how can you really minimize these fees? I would say I'm going to leave you guys with a couple quick tips. Number one, choose low cost investment options. Index funds and ETFs often have lower fees than actively managed funds. All right, and then number two, consider rolling over your old 401ks. You left in limbo at an old job, but still have money in that 401k. You might want to roll it over into something that's a Roth account or an insurance where you can have more control over the fees. And number three, ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask your HR department about your plan fees. You have the right to know how much you're paying. And of course, keep in mind that a lot of these things could be switched to something that could be better for you, better growth, better potential, less risk, and with what I call MCP, market correction protection. Wouldn't it be great to have a retirement plan where you don't have to worry about taxes down the road because zero is your hero? At the end of the day, fees are the reality of most 401k plans, but that doesn't mean you can't manage them. And don't forget what we covered here today are just the fees. Taxes and penalties is a whole nother beast, a whole nother topic that can impact your retirement savings when it comes time to take withdrawals early. If you're serious about growing your money for some of your different kind of retirement strategies, you need to be able to know this so you could explore other options. If it's tax deferred, if it's tax advantage, you're paying taxes now, whatever it is, if you're thinking twice about having your 401k and you're trying to find other possibilities, check out my 401k playlist or make a partnership with myself. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to get more insights. And don't forget to check out the links in my description to get $100 to help with your credit or instant approval for life insurances. And for my business owners, find out how you could secure $100,000 and up from investors to catapult your business. Now, you're here with Earl the Money Coach, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Take care.